So it's been a little while since I've done a beer review. I've had a nasty cold or whatever it is that's going around these days. And one, wasn't in the mood to drink a beer. I mean, can you imagine that? And then two, I couldn't taste anything, so now I can't hear anything, and I can drink beer just fine, right? So I'm actually going to take a look at a beer that I have on tap. I usually pour it before I start the video, but I'm going to go ahead and pour it while you're watching. Also, pardon my PJs. Perfect. I actually knew that this was going to be the last pour. I didn't think I would get quite a full glass, so I'm pretty excited about that. And my cats are angry, and apparently they're not excited about that. So we'll ignore them hissing and jingling in the background. This brewery is, I almost said Lucky Strike. Jeez Louise. Strike Brewing. And I forget what city that they're in. Maybe San Jose, but I do believe that they are the official brewery of the Oakland Coliseum, where the A's play baseball, so that's the first time I ever had Strike Brewing, and I actually went on a long walk all the way through the Coliseum because I was like, oh, I've never heard of Strike. I'm going to drink this. When I was at a game in a box, and they didn't, but that wasn't one of the beers they had offered us. So I'm pretty excited about that. This is Strong Arm. It says it's an English strong ale, and I thought it was an American strong ale, which kind of, so that difference actually explains a little bit more of this kind of earthiness I get out of this. But this rings in at 8.4% alcohol by volume. I have had a couple, so, since it's the end of this 2-liter, that I've had a couple drinks of it. I shared it with my roommate. When I was drinking it, I thought it tasted like blueberries, not like it's a blueberry ale, but that it had a flavor that reminded me of blueberries. So who knows if that was just because that was when I was sick or the beginning of my sick or whatever. So I'm interested to see how it tastes now. Aroma-wise, I get nice kind of clean hops out of this. Nice kind of sharp maltiness. Sorry, excuse me. And it does still remind me a little bit of blueberries, even in the aroma. Color-wise, it's this beautiful, and I guess, let's see, it's kind of, maybe if I do this, there we go. If I block out the light from my overhead kitchen lights, you can see this color a little bit better. It's this beautiful kind of like amber, bright amber, or reddish amber. I don't even know. Anyway, but it's very hazy, which is pretty delightful. It does pour a little bit heady, but it dissipates right away. But it does remain, I feel like it's kind of leggy. Not leggy, gosh, what do we call it in the non-wine world? Lacing. I feel like we're going to see some lacing as I pour, or as I drink this down. All right, let's go ahead and have a taste. I really enjoy this beer a lot. And my hair is totally sticking up, you guys. All right. I get a lot of, geez. It's like just confusing enough lighting that the camera doesn't know what to do. Maybe if I sit and block the window. Anyway, so I get a lot of nice maltiness out of this beer. It's very sharply grainy. It kind of reminds me of like a rye flavor almost, which I love a lot. I'm really into rye I guess rye whiskey, but specifically rye bourbon I like a lot. So that's always an enjoyable experience for me. It hints at a kind of caramelly quality, deeply roasty, toasty maltiness, but it also has this really nice, clean, fresh hops on top of it, which leaves a nice, long, sharp, bitter finish. And it's not like it's not like a fruity hops or a floral hops or a tropical hops. It's not necessarily peaty and earthy like I would classically describe an English hop style. Man, this lighting sucks. Anyway, so a very interesting and enjoyable beer. Maybe it's slightly less blueberry-y than I remember. Ooh, geez, from the beginning of the week. But still like a little hint of that kind of like fruitiness in there, which I think is actually a really nice quality in this beer. This has a really nice kind of thick, smooth mouthfeel to it, and really kind of small, crisp carbonation, but it's still nicely carbonated, which, generally speaking, for English ales, they're less carbonated than their American counterparts, but it's still, I don't know if that experience here is because of how thick the beer tends to be, or because, they carbonated it in a different way. But overall, a very enjoyable drink. And I'm pretty excited about this particular delivery. I got 4 2-liter bottles because I joined the, I don't know what they call it, not Beer of the Month Club, whatever, beer club, something like that, for Hopsy, and they're going to send me cold shipped, and I do believe I get to pick the delivery date and time window, 4 torps each month for my machine. So I'm pretty excited about that because you get a little bit of a discount. I think on average they cost about $20 when you buy them individually, but when you're in the beer club they run about $15 each. So that's nice. That really, a 25% savings like that is a pretty nice savings across, 6 pints of beer, basically. Well, not 6 pints, 6 liters, but, anyway, for me, it makes a lot of sense, especially if you're drinking something on a regular basis. The option I selected for the the option I selected for the beer club for Hopsy is, whatever is the popular or favorite, because otherwise I had to pick like hoppy or I don't remember what the other quality of beer was, and it didn't seem broad enough to encompass my likes, and they didn't have like a all dark and all malt, not malt, all malt, yeah, all malt and all Scotch ale all the time option. So I had selected this, and the first shipment that I got included this English Strong Ale, which I've enjoyed immensely, and a Hell's Lager, which I'm actually pretty excited to try. It's in my refrigerator, and I might put it up on the queue next. It depends. I'm not quite sure. And I'm sorry for my scratchy throat. Anyway, so check out the Hopsy Beer Club because it's pretty great if you're going to have, if you know that you're going to be ordering pretty regularly and you like to use your home tap machine. And they deliver, they cold ship to you and deliver. And I work from home a lot these days, and so it's very easy for me to receive these deliveries. I, in the past, had them delivered to my office, and that worked out pretty well, but then I had to carry this giant box, all over the place, back to my car because I work in a downtown urban area, but whatevs. Sometimes you just got to carry your beer a long way. It happens. Anyway, so that's enough about all of that. Hopsy is great. This home tap machine is really freaking great, you guys. Probably one of my favorite kitchen appliances, and I had to do like a quick look check. I guess I love the oven because here I am, I'm like looking at this pizza that I just reheated, and it's pretty amazing. Ta-da, pizza! But, the home tap machine is pretty great. I do like the espresso machine too, and it lives right next door. So maybe this is like the counter of my 2 favorite kitchen appliances, outside of the standard kitchen appliances, because quite frankly, the dishwasher is amazing, and, fridge and stove always get high ranks. But anyway, I digress. This beer is great. Give it a check if you get the opportunity. So this is Strike Brewing Company's Strong Arm English Strong Ale. At 8.4%. Great beer, really great on tap. And if you're ever at the ballpark at the Oakland Coliseum, you can get their beers there. It's I guess it was a long walk from where I was, but also if you're ever there, just as an aside, and you are in the mood for Guinness, there is a pub, an Irish pub at like the 220 section or something like that. And you can get Guinness there. Oftentimes the lines are not as long as like the standard concession. So just like a little heads up if you're ever at the Oakland Coliseum. There you go. Enough of that. And it was a nice long review, just to welcome me back into the world from sickness. So thank you for watching. This is a beer that you've had. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And cool. Have a great night, you guys.